Round 2 of the Women's Six Nations done and dusted. Me and Jabba are going to be giving our review of the weekend's games, and there were some fantastic performances. I did also say if my predictions were wrong for round 2, I would do 100 burpees and film them, so stay tuned to see if I had to do those.
Cap Merchant is in for England.
First up, I'm going to be talking Scotland-France. Now, what a game that was. Incredible. And in previous years, if you heard the score was 15-5 to France-Scotland, you would have assumed that France played down to the level of their opposition. This year, absolutely not the case. Scotland were next level. They came out fighting. Off the back of their win against Wales in Wales last week in round 1, they just looked a confident team. Key to their standout performance was their tactical kicking. Helen Nelson and Lisa Thompson were fantastic at spotting the gaps in that French back three, threading it through, putting in some lovely kicks, making France play back out, putting them under pressure the whole time, and the kick chase was paramount to that as well. Really early on in the game, Romain Ménager made a stunning line break through the middle. Looked like she was going to score. In previous years, I believe she would have scored, but not the new Scotland. They tracked all the way back. They managed to get the turnover, and they frustrated France, and they actually went in ahead at half-time, 5 points to 3. Now that said, France are a quality side, and they did come back with Arbey scoring a lovely try on the wing, her first try for her country, and what a time to do it in such a tight game. A lovely finish there, and then Grow in the last play of the game getting their second try to get them to 15 points to 5. But a 10-point game, which is incredible to say the least from where both sides have come. So a really good Scotland performance, but France weren't bad, they were just rattled. Next up, England-Wales. I was actually at this game, 19,700 people watching. Incredible atmosphere down at Ashton Gate. England in round 1 were not their best. They didn't click, and there was a lot to be said about that on social media. They just didn't look like themselves. Well, they certainly put that right this weekend. They looked sharp. Not to say that they didn't make mistakes, because that happens. The best players are going to make mistakes, but the way they linked with each other, the forwards and the backs, I thought was really, really good. As an England supporter, really great to see. It was a new look backline. Holly Aitchison taking the 10 shirt. I personally am a big fan of Holly. I think that the way that she plays and brings others into the game, lovely flat passes, which allows that pace out wide to just really utilise the ball and hit onto it. I thought Megan Jones brought an intensity to that 13 shirt that you really want to see. She was putting in big shots. She made a lovely line break from deep inside her own 22, put a kick through, put pressure on. So England backs was a big fan of how they performed. Ellie Kildan backed up another fantastic performance. Actually, she was player of the match last week, and this week she played very well as well. In the forwards, Rosie Gallagher put in a big shift. She was player of the match, and rightly so. She was absolutely everywhere. But one player who really stood up to be counted coming off the bench was Connie Powell. She was making line breaks all over the place. She really did have a huge impact coming off the bench. So from an English perspective, really nice to see them click and be back firing. Wales, however, a really good performance from them. I think I was speaking to Philippa before the game, and she was saying that actually a success for Wales would be to keep England under 50 and to score. They did both of those things, they achieved them, and actually I don't think the scoreline flatters Wales. I think there were opportunities missed, and they could have definitely got a couple more tries. That is credit to the England defence, which was relentless, but Wales will come away from that, I think, feeling pretty positive about their performance. That was a pretty controversial decision to start Sian Jones at 9 for her first ever starting cap, only her second cap, and leaving Kira Bevan on the bench, and when she came on, she did look like she meant business. I did think Sian had a good game though, and what better way to blood a player and get good experience against a quality side such as England. Alicia Butcher's another one on the Welsh bench who came on meaning business. A lot of people thought maybe she should have started, so she really did look like she wanted to come on and cause trouble, which she did. Lovely line breaks, of good turnovers, just such a quality player. One of the big questions was, have Wales closed the gap between Wales and England? No, they haven't. They haven't closed that gap, but all they can focus on is themselves and getting better. And that was a better side than I've seen in previous years. And one of those key areas for them was their discipline. Normally, it really lets them down. They give away more penalties than any other team in the Six Nations. The game against England, they were composed, they were smart, they didn't give away that many penalties. So a good improvement for them. And then the final game of the weekend, Ireland-Italy, which we predicted was going to be a close one, and it really was. It was right down to the wire. Ireland started off really strong. They looked like they had a really great intensity about them, and they were trying lots of new ways of playing. Ireland struck first, where they got a penalty try after Mutso had given a bat down, so she spent 10 minutes having a yellow card. Ireland looked like they were going to capitalise on this, but then that's when it started to go wrong for them. They had a funny 40 is what I'm gonna describe it as. I think O'Brien at 10 made some odd decisions. There were some kicks that went in that tactically, possibly the wrong decision to kick, but also execution-wise as well. There were some passes across the board of the team as well that were loopy, missed passes, where if they'd just been composed and gone hands, I think they would have scored. So the decision-making and some crazy decision-making caused them to unravel a little bit, and Italy were just really strong, and when they had their opportunities, they went for it. Dinka, the left winger for Italy, had an amazing line break. She must have beaten about 4 Irish defenders, really carved up, caused issues in there, and the experience of the Italian pack just carved up. Standout performances from Arroghetti and Fegridi. Ireland then looked like they were making a last-minute comeback with a late score, and then they had 30 seconds after the kickoff to come back and try and win it. It looked so close. They were right by the line, and then it was just a turnover at the last second. But I actually think that the right side won. Italy played the more structured game, which who'd have thought that? Because typically Italy are not as structured and Ireland would be a lot more so, but they completely flipped it round on this weekend. Wafer for Ireland was standout, really good quality, great carries as well, and Parsons on the wing did some strong ball carries, but when it came down to it, Ireland maybe overcooked it. They were excited, they wanted to do things, but actually needed to be a lot more clinical and maybe play it a little bit more safe. And then me personally, I would definitely have liked Ireland to play it more safe, because I did pick them as winning Italy. So thanks to that last minute turnover, I now have to go and do 100 burpees. So pretty gutted about that. I did say I'd film it, so I'm going to put it in this video for you to see. So that's my review of round 2. Let me know what you think in the comments. And also you can mark my burpees if you like. So bye from me, thanks for watching.
Okay, so I'm about to do my 100 burpees that Mike kindly volunteered for me, since I predicted an Ireland win and Italy won. So here I go, wish me luck. That's 100 burpees. Did I enjoy it? No. Did I say I'd do it? Yeah. So there we are.